Hey guys, this is me, Sylvia. Yeah, I've been watching this whole thing with this Trump situation. Hold on, let's turn this down. Hold on. I've been watching it, and I happened to see where the person that actually did the shooting, that he's being carried out like a roasted pig. Did y'all get to see that person? Did y'all get to see it? This is at Trump's rally. He was shot at. Let me just show you guys. Let me show you guys. Like a roasted pig, he looked like. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right, here we go. Hold on, you see it right here? I'm gonna play it for y'all to see. Can y'all see this? Make it bigger so y'all can see. Y'all see that? Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? Let me get myself out the way. This is them. This is them carrying the person out. He's being carried out like this. Hold on, here we go. Just how they look how they carry him out like a roasted pig, like they're about to roast him. Hold on, look.
To me, as you're trying to figure out if you're okay, what's going on, was he shot, was he wounded? Then we heard him on the microphone, Shannon, saying, "Let me grab my shoes," as they tried to take him off. So we're just trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, they're carrying her out.
To me, as you're trying to figure out if you're okay, what's going on, was he shot, was he wounded? Then we heard him on the microphone, Shannon, saying, "Let me grab my shoes," as they tried to take him off. So we're just trying to figure out what happened.
Y'all see the guy that they're carrying out? Y'all see him? My daughter's calling me. Hello? Okay. I'm coming. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Let me just tell y'all. Dallas went to give me my food, y'all. Went got me some curry chicken. Y'all want to see my curry chicken? Hold on, y'all. Let me stop showing this. Let me show y'all my curry chicken. Look at my curry chicken, y'all. Look at my curry chicken. Woo! Look at the curry chicken. Can y'all see my curry chicken? Look, see my curry chicken. Hold on. Got curry chicken and cabbage. Yeah, curry chicken. Cabbage and curry chicken. Boom. And I can't even eat all of it. I see that? Curry chicken and cabbage. I need some light to see this. It's gonna be like 2 days worth of meal. This is all fake. Who want to debate? I'm not debating about no person getting shot at and all that. I'm not. I just, look, y'all just be so much conspiracy theory and all that kind of craziness. I am not debating with nobody about who got shot. This is. You said, Shorty, yo, y'all really, really, really. I mean, are we surprised? Let's be real. Look at the hate they push, and that all I'm saying. Like y'all, if I start eating, you're gonna have people in the chat talking about, oh, look at her, she's eating on the live. She's eating on the live. You live 30 minutes away from where it happened, Julia? Turn your camera off then. I'm not turning my camera off. That's their problem. I'm not turning my camera off. Thank you, JT. JT said eat. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Eat. Yep, I'm going to do a milk bomb. I'm going to do a muck bomb. You think it's scam? Why would you think it's scam? Julia says she's in Pennsylvania. They don't want gun control. They want anyone and everyone to have gun and open carry. So they got a taste of what is going to be out there with these streets. Okay, Sylvia, what do you think about Baldwin? Oh, I was gonna do the whole Baldwin and compared to Thug thing and a few, but I was just wanted to show you guys that little clip, just in case you guys didn't get a chance to see that clip. Just in case y'all didn't see the clip. You're about 3 or 4 hours away. Shauna, I am a real name. This is Miss Perfect. Hey, Miss Sylvia, I changed my name on here by mistake. Oh, okay. In Pennsylvania? I'll put some light on y'all. Y'all want to see something beautiful, y'all? I got to do a commercial about this. But look, y'all want to see something beautiful? Look what I got. Look what I got, y'all. Look. Y'all see that? Let me turn it around. Hold on. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to turn it, change the color. Hold on. See, look at it. It's me in Dallas. One of the companies sent this to me. And I got to do a commercial on it. See that? That's purple. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful, y'all? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? I'm telling you, every day I get something from a company. Every single day. They're sending me something. Every single day. I'm gonna come back after I finish my din din, because I have some stuff to show you guys. I have some stuff I've been working on to bring to you guys' attention, but I wanted to show you guys this whole somebody said what? Hold on a second. Somebody send me something. Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this whole other stuff. I got some stuff that I'm working on that I just finished. My mom passed away at 55, 2017, so my daughter got it for me. You got one of those too? What did you say? Hold on a second. Is Robin? Robin said something. Hold on a second, Rob. Oh, the children got one for Mother's Day. It has Bluetooth speaker. Oh, wow. This one doesn't have a Bluetooth speaker. I just wanted to show you guys that short video. I wasn't gonna stay on long. I'll be back. Kate, somebody. Yeah, 2 people died, JT. That was the attendee? That wasn't the shooter? So they misinformed us? Thank you for the correction. Because on this thing says shooter. So they were wrong with that. It says potential. This is what they said. Blind Broker says footage of Trump's potential shooter being dragged out by the police, by rally police. That's what it says. So that person's wrong. Okay, that person's wrong. That's what the thing said. Potential. It says here the potential shooter is the one that was being dragged out. So that was wrong. It said the woman was shot in the hand and forearm. But it says here the potential shooter. So who can verify if that was not? Said he was a snapper and yeah, that's what. Look, y'all, it says potential. I'm not lying to y'all. Let me show you what it says. See, it says footage. Says potential. See it? Trump potential shooter being dragged out by a police rally. That's what you just saw. So someone said that wasn't them, but that person that's there said it was. So which one is it? Are you over there to see who it is? Yeah, Jasmine, yeah. Yeah, that's what they said. The person that posted this said there was the shooter. So I'm not there. So I'm just going by what people say. The picture of the shooter on the lives on top of the roof. The picture of the shooter Hold on a second. Hold on. They send me a picture. Hold on. So the shooter was out of the perimeter. Fox News, Biden made a speech. Okay, it's just weird situation. So which one is it? I'm not there. Didn't go. I'm not. Okay. So somebody can tell me. It looks like the shooter was on the left front. So, yeah, that's where this person was. Here, this person was on the front, right by the stairs. Cause they went down the stairs when they were pulling him. Cause the way they were treating him, he looked like he might have been the shooter. Cause they drag him like a. I believe it was staged, and they didn't mean to clip. You heard there was 2 shooters? Hmm. Okay, we're not gonna speculate. I only had one thing that said something about the shooter, and that's what I brought to you guys. And the way they were carrying him out, I don't think they had no respect for him. Shows the man on the roof. Where you see that at? Where you see that at? Where you see it says it shows the man on the roof. Angela, where you see that? Where's it show that? What channel? What channel is showing that at? Where he's on top of the roof.
Donald Trump's campaign has released a statement saying that the former president is fine and that he's being checked out at a.
Okay, I'm looking to see where you see the guy at. Hold on.
This was.
I'm trying to see where you see the guy at. On Fox News, people are saying there was one shooter on water tower with a long gun. That's what Fox News is saying? Y'all, you... Oh, Lord, there's so many stories. That's why we try to get exactly what the news is. Okay, watch a man in black behind him. He never moved. Okay, let's see. I can't believe this happened. Politics is so dirty, unfair.
Second.
Okay, Miss Sylvia is fresh. That's a lot of stories. Yeah, yes, it's so fresh that folks are just saying anything right now. Nobody has the real facts till until it slows down. So they're getting all kinds of stories from everywhere. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait to hear what the facts are. We're gonna wait till the facts come out. Yeah, I heard that lady screaming. You said my phone? Okay. You taking me say, look at my phone. That's the same outfit the guy had on. Combat outfit. Hold on, y'all. This is the outfit. Look. So the other one had on the same kind of outfit. They had on green and like camouflage, like this one has on. So you're saying it was more than one? Let me see what they saying on this. Hold on.
The guy is, he looks bad. Tá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. You can see the guy there. I think they hit him because the guy is, he looks bad. Tá em cima, né? Aqui, ó. You can see the guy there.
So that's one person from Instagram saying that. So I guess we need to wait. He was hit on the right. Yeah, we're so confused. Why people saying it was stage chat? Make it make sense, please. Definitely was planned. Props to the emergency personnel that tried save that guy that was rushed to the hospital. I mean, what am I reading? Someone was interviewed by BBC News and said they seen the shooter and was telling the police that wasn't in rush to investigate. Shooter dead. 2 innocent people behind him dead. So it's 2 people died. Okay, Fox News is reporting that the shooter is being investigated as an assassination attempt. Normal people don't rush off the stage, not ask for photo ops to pump fists. Jasmine, the first prop wasn't. There has been no question. We've thought that was Forrest Gump getting out of there. ABC has someone speaking who actually was there and saying that that was the shooter. Okay, let's see. Which was the shooter? The one that was on the stage or the one? Hold on a second. Even if you get ABC.
She was at this event, and Rachel, you've been speaking with witnesses, and who are you with right now?
Yeah, I'm with a woman named Erin. You were in the very first row in the middle seat, you told me. What did you see? What did you witness?
I was in the first row and I was in the middle. I was directly in front of President Trump. So I saw him come on the stage, and it was maybe about 3 or 4 minutes. Everybody, all the photographers saw him come in. They all cleared away. He started speaking, and then we heard pound, pound, pop, pop, pop. In everybody's mind, it was like 4th of July. Somebody must have been still doing firecrackers. Then I saw the 4 Secret Service jump up and immediately push him to the ground. Then the news people that were around him, they all fell to the ground. There was 4 of them down there, and then we all stood up. None of us moved. We wanted to protect President Trump. Sorry, helicopter's landing. Then I saw the gentlemen who wear the guns in the black. They came on and they said, okay, clear right, clear left. On 3, we're going to lift them. So they lifted President Trump up, and he said, I got to get my shoes. His shoes must have fallen off when they pushed him down. I saw the red blood on his right cheek. Then when he turned, I saw here from the top to the bottom with red.
Aaron, I'm just going to have the camera turn really quickly because we are seeing a helicopter landing. For everyone that is watching at home, this is obviously still an active crime scene where we are all standing right now. We are just yards away from where this rally was taking place. We're seeing a helicopter touchdown. We've obviously seen more and more police presence in the last hour following these events that occurred. And there are still supporters that are still trying to leave this area. You are one of them. There were hundreds of people here. And so the parking lots were very full. There was a line to get out. And so there's a little bit of a traffic jam also as well. So you described those moments. You heard the pop, pop, pop. Everyone went down for cover. How are you feeling? How are you processing this?
Well, everybody in the first row, nobody went down to the ground. They all stood up. They wanted to protect the president. All we were concerned about was him. Mm-hmm. And then kind of a secret service, when he got up and got into the vehicle, they told us to sit and stay seated because there was things going on. And from what I hear, there was possibly 2 shooters. There's a gentleman here that has a picture of one of the shooters that was rolled off of a building.
Okay.
And he was shot by the
sharpshooters
that were behind Trump. And I saw a gentleman leave from the left stands, and he had red blood all down his shirt.
Yeah, so it's 2
he
of them.
wasn't hit, but I think he was around somebody who was. So just picking up little bits of things. We're all in shock because we never expected this. I mean, it's a beautiful rally, a beautiful night. And I don't know. If no one's ever been to a Trump rally, it's very congenial. People look out for each other. It just seems like you don't see any fights and you don't see any animosity and you don't see too much. They're all pretty much focused on the president. And then with this to happen, it's just stressful. It's just sad. Very sad.
This is an open fairground where we are standing here. It was a very hot day. People were coming in with their water bottles. As you said, there was this sense of sort of joy, excitement to see the former president. All of this unfolded within minutes of him taking the stage.
I don't think it was 3 to 4 minutes, I would say. He hardly got a chance to do his, waving at everybody and welcome and maybe a couple words on the teleprompter. But some people tell me that they think one of the shots hit the teleprompter and that could have made him with the cheek.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of unconfirmed reports still out there. We're also sorting through this.
He did leave the stage on his own. He walked down the steps. I saw that. And then he put his right hand up and fist up and said, stay strong, everyone. And he kind of turned like he was exiting. He was making sure that all those people like us that were standing up knew that he was okay.
Well, we so appreciate you taking the time, and I know you're waiting to clear out from this area as well.
Just praying for our president. That's how everybody is here. Thank you.
I'm so happy that you are safe. Please get home safe. Again, that is just one of the many witnesses that we've been talking to here that are leaving these fairgrounds now after this incident occurred. As you can tell, still a little shaken up there, still processing what been replaying those events in our minds for what we all heard, that sound of the pop, 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 people rushing, taking cover, seeing the former president being rushed off the stage, and then ultimately all of us being rushed out of this area. Many get, even if you get mad, even if you get offended. So
okay, hold on. Why y'all all saying this stage? Why y'all saying the stage?
Convention expected to be in Milwaukee with lots of important events. Obviously, a full assessment of what is the condition of the former president right now. We don't have confirmed reporting yet about the state of that. When he left this event site, as the video indicates, of course, he was taken and has the resources around him.
I don't think it's
for medical
staged.
care.
I don't understand why
President
people
Biden
think it's
has said he
staged.
wishes to speak to Donald Trump tonight. That can happen.
I don't understand
whenever
how
the
it
two
could be staged. Somebody's, I don't know. Y'all just come up with all kinds of conspiracy theory.
And a quarter of an ounce, that's what it is, just if they could beat it by a half.
Hold on a second. I'm not going to say it was staged because I don't know.
Event that the president is involved in, there's always a debriefing by the team that is responsible for the
Two
security.
shooters
In
and
this
one guy
particular
can
case, it's very difficult
man
to say
not
without
believe in it.
additional information whether the Secret Service has let something
I'm with
slip through the
you,
cracks
Sylvia.
or
I don't
not.
think it was.
It's,
I don't think it's
highly
staged.
unlikely that happened. They are so
I don't think it's
professional, so
staged.
detailed, right down to the manhole covers and things like that. So it really is going to take time to sort out and investigate what actually happened before anyone can point fingers.
At the end of the day,
Marvin, you're saying that there are
lives
possibilities
exactly.
and contingencies
And
that something
stage
can
is
slip through the
just
cracks
getting
like we saw
out.
today. You're saying, and
Stage is
I
just
know this,
getting-
the Secret Service, they
I
plan
don't-
for
I
things
don't
like
think it's
this.
staged.
They check all of the boxes, they cross their T's, they dot their I's with this, but yet something like this happens. So do we have to ask ourselves, was something missed?
I think it's premature to say that. I think you should wait until all the facts are in before making that kind of a determination.
Sure. And we will do that.
You know what?
And I'll add one more thing in here. We're just getting some context from Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News correspondent, saying an FBI fly team is en route to Butler, Pennsylvania to conduct an assassination investigation, Secret Service officials tell Fox News. How does an investigation of this sort begin, Marvin? An assassination attempt investigation.
So somebody
is going to
say
be
that
no small undertaking. Where do they start?
y'all saying it's staged
Well,
because
the shooter has been killed, and obviously they have his remains in custody. They will start with that and work their way backwards to where he's from, who his associates are, what the weapon was, that kind of thing. It'll be an extremely intense investigation.
All right. Well, we do appreciate your time today. That was Marvin Jones. He's a former Secret Service agent. Thank you, sir. Take care.
You're welcome. Have a good evening.
Okay, so what we want to do next is we'll play through what exactly we saw earlier today. We play the images on the screen, but it's better served playing this with the audio so you get the full idea of how this thing transpired. You hear the pops, you hear Trump himself and his Secret Service detail
you
that
said
huddles
CNN
together
said
right behind
the
that podium, that
suspect
live
shooter
microphone.
dead
So
and the
you hear a
other
little bit of
one
that.
is
Let's play
serious
it.
condition.
And look what happened to our country.
So it's true.
Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened. On you. Ready? Move. Up. Move. Up, guys, here. You ready? Down.
It said Trump made a statement. I heard a whistle sound and heard a bullet rip through my skin.
Let me get my shoes. I got you. Let me get my shoes. Hold on. You're ready.
Let me get my shoes.
So we got to move to
Yeah, this looks serious. It looks like they're staged to me.
What's up?
Did they mention anything else on the innocent deceased? No, they didn't mention anything about the innocent deceased. No, they never get any kind of play.
And look what happened to.
Okay, so that clip playing back, of course, very, very scary moments. We have since heard from Trump's campaign that he is fine. They say that he is safe. We've heard from the Secret Service saying such as well. I'm going to send things to my colleague, Andrew Kraft, who I believe has an update. We're hearing from the president on Truth Social, Andrew.
Yeah, Austin, he just posted mere moments ago. He says this, if we have it, we can put it up on the screen for everyone. Trump says, I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured. It is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America, all caps. Austin, we're getting confirmation now. Remember, there was some uncertainty on whether or not he was actually struck with a bullet, or whether or not it was glass fragments that hit him from the teleprompter, if the bullet hit the teleprompter and then the glass fragments hit his ear. Former President Trump right now is confirming for all of us that indeed, and in fact, a bullet did hit his right ear, the upper part of his right ear. So that is quite stunning. That is a huge development here. We're hearing that from former President Trump on Truth Social. Mere minutes ago, we just put that post up. And so we heard from the campaign in the immediate aftermath of the shooting there that Trump was going to be fine, that he's in good spirits, thanking the Secret Service, thanking law enforcement. But now we know from Trump's own fingers on Truth Social, typing this out to all of us, confirming, saying that he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of his right ear. He said he knew immediately that something was wrong in that he heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. And of course, I believe we have a photo, and you can see the blood coming down the side of his face and hit the top of his right ear is very, very bloody as well. I know we have that photo you can see there. You can also see blood on his cheek, also on his neck as well as he was whisked away. So, man, that photo right there is going to be in history books for time immemorial.
And Austin, just how close this bullet, as we're now finding out, how close this bullet was to making this situation something much, much different. We have joining us today, Ken Gray, always standing by for us. Thank you for coming on to help us break this down. Ken, your initial reactions to everything we've been seeing today.
Hi, Austin. So this is shocking that this event should happen like it did. However, I'm very pleased to hear from President Trump himself with his own tweet that he is okay, that with his own social media posting that he is okay. But nonetheless, this is a shocking event. It just shows that no matter how much Secret Service and law enforcement in general attempts to protect the candidates like this, that there's always the possibility of somebody finding a gap in the security and carrying out an act to try to change the course of history.
You're a former FBI investigator. What is the FBI's role in an investigation like this? I imagine so many agencies are going to take part.
So Secret Service is responsible for the protection of the president, the vice president, and political candidates here as we do the run up towards the election.
Yeah, he had on fatigue.
Once an event happens like this, the lead federal agency shifts from Secret Service to the FBI. The FBI is responsible for the investigation of an assault on the president and an assault on a candidate like this. And so the FBI will be the lead federal agency, but they will not be working by themselves. They will be working with all the other law enforcement in the community there. They'll be working with Secret Service. They will be working with state police. They'll be working with local police. A lot of people need to be interviewed. There needs to be the forensics done for the evidence that is there. There will be a deep dive into the shooter as far as who this person is. Are they known to law enforcement? Have they posted things on social media? Have they made threats before? These are all things that will take time to do. This investigation is not something that is going to be completed tonight or tomorrow. this week. It's going to take time to be able to get into the details of this to determine exactly what happened.
So, what is going to be paramount when they're trying to investigate who just tried to assassinate a president? What are going to be the first things that they're looking for? Are we looking for a digital footprint, something more?
I don't think they put the
So
shooter name in.
the first thing was getting the president or the former president out of the area and making sure that he is safe. And that was successfully done. He's at the hospital. He's safe, and that there's not. But after the shots rang out, there's always the possibility of another shooter. And that's why you saw Secret Service piling onto the president and protecting him as they put him into that suburban and got him out of the area. Now, for the investigation, since the shooter is known, since the shooter is neutralized, the focus will be primarily on determining who this person was, what is known about this person, and have they made threats before, whether or not they have posted anything online. And so the digital aspect will be part of this. However, there's also interviews of his family members and colleagues, if they can be identified, colleagues and friends, if they can be identified.
They're floating a name
fill
on
in
Twitter.
the
What's
picture
the
of
name
who
they
this
floated,
person is
Queen?
and why it is that they would take a shot at former President Trump.
All right, Ken, we are getting in some information from the Secret Service, an updated Secret Service statement reading during former President Trump's campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on the evening of July 13th at approximately 6:15 p.m., a suspected shooter fired multiple shots toward the stage from an elevated position outside of the rally venue.
Okay, so
U.S. Secret Service personnel neutralized the shooter, who is now deceased. U.S. Secret Service quickly responded with protective measures, and former President Trump is safe. One spectator was killed, and 2 spectators were critically injured. This incident is currently under investigation.
3 people got
and the
hurt.
Secret Service
One died and the other
has
one hurt.
been notified from an elevated position. Ken, what do you make of that?
So people inside the rally itself have to pass through metal detectors. They are patted down. They are the venue itself is safe from this type of threat. This threat came from outside the secure area. And so it was a sniper that had crawled to a position outside the secure area, had placed himself at an elevated position and fired the rounds towards President Trump. Unfortunately, grazed his ear, but did not actually struck him in the head. If it hit him in the head, we would be talking about the deceased President Trump, more than likely. So this was fortunate for President Trump that it was grazed as opposed to being struck fully in the head. But nonetheless, Secret Service has the agents you see piling on to him right there. And then you see coming onto the stage, you'll see Secret Service agents that are outfitted in jumpsuits, wearing helmets and carrying long guns. They are part of the CAT team, the counter assault team. Their job is to look for threats and to be able to provide suppression fire if necessary against those threats. And that includes members of the counter sniper team. Counter snipers are looking for potential snipers in the area. And my guess is that it was the counter snipers that neutralized this shooter.
So Ken Gray here, Andrew Kraft here as well. Thanks for being with us on this monumental and historic day here. And just watching the video play back and play back and play back is just stunning. You can't even really believe your eyes. Ken, though, I want to stipulate for the viewers, we don't know if this suspected shooter who's now deceased was ever in the secure perimeter in the rally itself. We only know that he was neutralized outside of the secure perimeter, outside of the venue itself. So you're talking about the Secret Service response. And so I just want to make that stipulation as well here. You know, I'm also curious, we know in this statement that the incident is currently under investigation and the Secret Service has notified the FBI here. And we're also learning about possible descriptions of the type of weapon that was used here. Jake Gibson for Fox at the Department of Justice is saying it's an AR style weapon here. I guess My question for you is, did this go overlooked? I know it's early to ask that question here, but is that going to be part of this, the after action response here as well? And we do know, Ken, that they were taken out by that counter strike unit within the Secret Service. That was confirmed as well. So a lot of moving parts here as well. But for the Secret Service's role in taking out this shooter, don't they secure the outer perimeter as well? How far is that radius? I mean, this is in Butler, Pennsylvania. It's a rural part of Pennsylvania here. Where does the Secret Service's radii stop, where they stop searching for things, so to speak?
Yeah, in this particular case, not far enough because the shooter was able to get into a position and fire around. Somebody that was there at the scene has posted on X that they saw somebody crawling across the top of a rooftop and was notifying Secret Service when the shooting occurred. And so apparently this person was outside the secure area. And whether they had been in the event or not, I don't know, but they were outside the secure area. This is something that will have to come up during the after action review as to exactly how it was that the shooter was able to get into a position and not seen by counter snipers. This is a difficult position for Secret Service at all times because they have to do the proactive work beforehand, but then they're standing by waiting to react to a potential threat. And you saw how quickly they got up onto the stage and how they put their bodies in protecting the president to get him out of the area here and into that suburban and out of the area. But nonetheless, it'll take an investigation into exactly how this transpired, that a shooter was able to get to a position and carry out this shot without being detected before the shot occurred.
Bouncing off of what you and I were discussing earlier about the digital footprint of a suspect, agencies like the FBI, like the Secret Service, I would imagine, get an unimaginable amount of suspicious activity, threats, assassination threats, things of this nature. How do law enforcement sift through the noise to find what's credible and what's not credible?
Yeah, they deal with this all the time. They get threats all the time. Secret Service goes out and interviews people that they determine to be a potential threat, and then determine whether or not they need to do something about that. Sometimes, if a person has made previous threats, they go and they detain that person whenever a protectee is traveling through the area. And so, Secret Service is dealing with threats all the time. We don't know if this person had made a threat or told anybody that he was planning to do this, or it just was one of those lone wolves who waited and all of a sudden let the event itself announce that he was planning to do this.
So, Ken, we don't know who this shooter is yet. Their identification is unconfirmed. And so do you anticipate we're going to learn that identity later tonight? And if we do, will you be asking your colleagues, your sources here? It's something that I'm curious about, whether or not this person, whoever they might be, was known to law enforcement before this, whether or not there were any red flags in whoever this was, to Austin's point, their digital profile, if they have a criminal rap sheet, if they've ever been, involved with the law in some capacity. Is that something you're going to be wondering too, going into the early evening hours here, whether or not this guy was known to law enforcement?
Well, that's always the fear on the part of law enforcement, is that they may have had information and not acted upon it. We've seen that happen a couple of times with other shooter type events where threats were known and yet the shooter was still able to carry out their actions. So that's always a fear that law enforcement has, is that when an event like this happens, that they missed something, that they did not act on something that they had. That being said, if they had a credible threat, Secret Service would definitely have moved to eliminate that threat before it occurred. But we're just going to have to wait to see once they identify who the person is, whether or not this is a person that was known to law enforcement. Hopefully they weren't known to law enforcement, but that's always a possibility that this is a person that name will pop up when their identity is known, that they have made previous threats or have said something to someone that passed it along.
So, Ken, we've been asking our analysts all afternoon, what is the trouble with securing an event of this nature? But given the new details we're getting in from the Secret Service, it appears this suspect, who is now deceased, was outside of the event at an elevated position. What's the trouble with securing the area around an event? The stuff that's not within the metal detectors, if you will.
Yeah, I think we will see future events have the secure zone expanded out greater than just where the people are gathered at. I think that we will see this push the security area, the secure zone out even greater, or the requirement that these type of events move to an indoor venue, so as to remove the possibility of some sniper on a rooftop somewhere taking a shot like this. Every time an event happens like this here, you revise your security posture, you change your security plans. And so this shows that there was a gap in the security, that a person was able to get to a position and carry out this shot without being detected going into that position. We will learn as the details come out how this person was able to get to this position and carry out this shot undetected. But it is a gap in security, and a gap in security that is now being discovered by the fact that they were able to get the shot off. By the way, there were multiple shots, and it shows that this was an AR type weapon. One, a long distance shot, and two, multiple shots from it. But the fact that it hit former President Trump in the ear as opposed to hitting him in the head, falls back on the fact that it was a long distance shot.
So, Ken, we also know there was collateral damage in this shooting, and these are, human lives. We know that obviously the shooter was killed. One spectator was killed as well. Plus, two people were critically injured. We don't essentially know whether or not these people who were injured, were shot, or even if the spectator who was killed, was shot. We just have to wait and see for more of those confirming details here. But I got to ask you, looking ahead to Monday, the beginning of the Republican National Convention there in Milwaukee, the security was already tight there in Milwaukee. The convention is going to take place over the course of 4 days next week. Do Milwaukee law enforcement officials, Wisconsin State Police, the Secret Service reassess that security posture going into Milwaukee? What do you think that's going to be like? Do you think changes are going to have to be made? Modifications are going to have to be made here? We're getting some news in as well. Fox producers have reached out. If there are going to be any security changes at the RNC, no comment just yet on that here. Is that a foregone conclusion? Is there just going to have to be after today?
There's going to be a review of what the security plans are for the RNC. Absolutely. And if any gaps are identified, they're going to close those gaps. They're going to tighten up security. But I don't think they're going to tell us any security changes that they do, because by revealing that information, it provides information to someone who might want to carry out an act, how to change their plan to take in the new security procedures. And so if they do tighten up security, I don't think we will know.
All right, Ken, and we are going to have to leave it there for now. As always, we very much appreciate your insight. We'll be checking in soon.
Great. Thank you.
So here's what we'll do now. We'll play Biden's remarks. He spoke just about within the past hour, giving a short update on what he's been briefed on, what he knows about this so far. Let's listen to the president. we do appear to be having some playback issues there. So what we'll do instead is we'll play out with audio this time exactly what we've been talking about all evening. Here's what happened earlier today in Butler, Pennsylvania.
20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened. On you. Ready? Move. Up. Move. Guys, here. You ready? Who's down? Are we good to move? Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir. I got you. Let me get my shoes. Hold on, you're ready. Ready. So we gotta go to. Watch out.
All right, Trump being led into what's known as the Beast, the presidential vehicle, with a fist high in the air. We do have standing by right now, and we thank you for joining us today, David. David Katz is a law enforcement expert. There's so much to break down about this. Your initial reaction to what happened today?
So like everyone else in the country, shock, a little dismay. The rhetoric directed against President Trump over the last, I mean, even before he was elected president the first time, makes this no surprise. As vitriol that is just, it's just out of control. So it's no surprise that someone will want to attack him. The surprise I feel professionally is how this was even remotely possible. And the only thing I can say is this is a failure at all levels with respect to planning the security of this event.
What could have been done differently, in your opinion?
Well, yeah, I mean, before any of these events, we do there's an advance. What does an advance do? An advance looks at the facility and tries to figure out from the standpoint of an attacker where the vulnerabilities are. And with respect to an outdoor venue, you would have to look at any high point at least a mile away. That's well within the operational, the effectiveness of even a marginally capable shooter who spent some time on the range. So in this case, the shooter got far, far closer, was in an elevated position. Apparently, it's been reported that people actually saw a suspicious individual with a rifle on that rooftop, and no one did anything. By the way, that's not the fault of bravery of the Secret Service and law enforcement personnel on that stage. I mean, if you look, they swarmed the president. And there was one, I don't know if there's one, when they finally got him up, there's a couple of individuals, I think there's a young lady and two men, the one big guy to his left, who make sure he is completely covered. So what they're doing, they're shielding him with their bodies. But just despite the bravery, whoever did the initial advance and was responsible for perimeter security, that's a failure.
Are you surprised given the fact that it's the Secret Service that we're talking about?
When I was a DEA agent, we would on occasion be asked to support Secret Service if they needed manpower here and there. In private security, my company has done liaison work. We've done security at venues with Secret Service. I don't know, at least 25 times. And to be perfectly honest, sometimes you're dealing with somebody who is absolutely top shelf and is coming up with things that you didn't think of. And sometimes you get someone who's a little more lackadaisical. It's like anything else. You know, you have, what do they call the individual who finishes last in the medical school class? Doctor. So it's very operator dependent, but I'm really shocked that given the outdoor nature of the venue, that no one is paying attention to the threat posed by a shoulder weapon. I mean, that part, I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and I'm not getting anywhere.
Where does this go from here for you? What are you going to be watching for in the coming hours, the coming days, as we learn more about this situation?
Well, I mean, I think everyone's got what's primary on your mind is who is the shooter. Where? So we want to know who the shooter is, what the motivation is.
No,
Are they
about the
a national
shooter.
of this country, or are they
Set
someone
up
who
the
is from
ones that
outside
got
the country? Where'd they get the firearm? Who have they been talking to? Were they involved? Is this a lone wolf attack, or is it something pre-planned with assistance? So there are so many questions that are going to be that need answering. I think that's probably my first step. And the other question is, why aren't they looking at high elevated position with line of sight that offers an access to a rifleman who might want to injure the president? That's to me, it's incomprehensible.
I mean, high profile case wise, I can think of one specific incident in Las Vegas where we saw a shooter from an elevated platform at that festival so many years ago. Does anything else come to mind when we talk about people being in an elevated position from far away? I mean, this is not something that's out of the question. This is something that one could argue would be a run-of-the-mill thing to prepare for. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. Now, in the Las Vegas shooting,
Hey, I
you
don't
had a
get
shooter
into
firing
politics
from an elevated
fights.
position about 400 yards away.
Because everybody's entitled to their own politics
33rd floor
position.
So you have high elevation and great distance, but rifle rounds go a really long way.
I don't get into politics.
You have to look at the venue and say, okay, well, if I was perched someplace with a rifle, whether it was scoped or not, could I get line of sight to that podium? And if the answer is yes, what do? You put a body up there. You put a police car out there. You put a few individuals watching those locations, or you get people on those elevated locations. So plus, there's no lack of technology too. They have drones they can put up in the air. They have armored. They have clear ballistic glass that will stop rifle rounds that they could build around the former president while he's speaking. There's so many things that they could do, but for some reason they did.
Getting this in, Trump's 2024 campaign website shows no events scheduled. David, what is going to be the level of security concern moving toward any future Trump events?
Well, your previous guest, I forget the gentleman's name, he said maybe indoor events. When you have an indoor event, you have far greater control over people coming in and out and what is allowed to get in and out. So that's a possibility. Unfortunately for President Trump, he does pull large crowds, and there are very few indoor venues that can accommodate that many people. But you can still hold these outdoor events. Just make sure that you're doing the proper advance, and you're making sure you're securing any vantage point from which a shooter can gain access to anyone on that podium. So I think right now they're probably just saying, okay, no events right now. They're probably going to reassess. But I'm quite sure the president, being the personality type he is not going to just lock himself in a basement. He's going to be out there again, and it's going to be up to the Secret Service to step up and make sure he's safe.
Andrew Kraft?
David, good to see you. What a horrible set of circumstances here. You can imagine what former President Trump's family and the country writ large is going through. Also, just your rank and file Secret Service members, especially the ones assigned to the former president's detail there, who saved former President Trump's life today. And I just want to ask too, and I'm not being critical here of the Secret Service. They did their job today here, but after events that take place,
they wasn't even there when they shot.
Is the entire reason and necessity for the creation and existence of the Secret Service. Is there going to have to be an internal investigation about something like this happening going forward? I don't want to jump ahead of ourselves here, but is that where they look internally, look inside to see
Line
what went wrong. How was this person missed? Yes, they were outside the secure perimeter as well here. So those are my questions. We're getting a new statement in from Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. He says this: U.S. Secret Service Director Cheadle and I have briefed President Biden on today's shooting in Pennsylvania. DHS and the Secret Service are working with law enforcement partners to respond to and investigate the shooting. We condemn this violence in the strongest possible terms and commend the Secret Service for their swift action today. We are engaged with President Biden, former President Trump, and their campaigns, and are taking every possible measure to ensure their safety and security. Maintaining the security of the presidential candidates and their campaign events is one of our department's most vital priorities. So that coming in from Alejandro Mayorkas there at DHS. David, your response to that statement there, obviously a lot of these federal and state agencies are working in tandem as they embark on this investigation here. And then back to my question on the Secret Service itself, what happens internally for them after action, looking at how this happened?
There's a lot going on there. The answer with your last question first. There's no doubt in my mind that part of their protocol is make an assessment, line of sight, vantage point from which a rifleman could fire from. There's no doubt about that. I didn't invent this stuff. Why wasn't it done? That's kind of the question. And you said, well, the Secret Service saved President Trump's life. I would agree 100% with those subsequent shots. I don't know where they were going, but there was a rapid succession of follow-up shots. However, 1 inch, that much, to the other side, and this would be a far different evening. The president would have been killed more likely than not. Everyone watching this show, it's his ear. That bullet whizzed by, went through a piece of his ear. You move an inch, and it's in his eye. So when you say the Secret Service saved his life, I am absolutely 100% yes. However, that first shot could have killed him. And that lapse needs to be investigated very, very carefully, because any shot getting off it's a failure. I mean, there's no way of looking at it. The fact that the agents close to the president acted with instinct, with training, with extreme bravery.
I get it,
honestly, I was not really blown away by how they
coordinated
removing him from the platform.
I tried
like
to keep
a lot
it
of
peaceful,
chaos, and I know they practice that stuff.
Coming in with the
I know that for
drama.
a fact. But if you listen to what one of the agents was saying, ready? Are we ready? Get him up, ready, move. I mean,
And
moving.
exactly.
And then they kind of assess what to do, and finally they get him up. And if you'll notice,
let's
there are gaps around him as he's being moved.
We all have different opinions.
Okay, that shouldn't happen.
We
They should be training that, and they do train it. But unfortunately, in a chaotic situation like that, things go a little awry. So those people on stage, heroic, but there was a lapse outside. Not as a result of lack of bravery or commitment. It's an oversight, but it's an oversight that can't be allowed to happen again.
So, David, you're watching the video there right now. You're watching them take him off the stage. We're watching them just seconds before that huddle around him, surround him. But there was a pause. They waited for him to get up, and then he made the fist in the air. What's with the pause? Why would they literally just carry him off the stage into the black Suburban? There was it wasn't even 10 seconds, but they were surrounding him by 5 or 6 or 7 of those Secret Service agents, and then they get him into the vehicle here.
Adequate security, and where was the secret?
Hold on, y'all sitting in here trying to fight one another on politics. Y'all calm down. You see, I don't get involved with the politics talk at all. Let's not put candidates inside the chat, y'all. Let's keep everything neutral. Okay, guys? Let's not fight. Let's not argue. We're just listening to current event. Reaper, didn't I just tell you stop putting stuff in here? Could we stop that? I'm not supporting. I'm not nobody's supporter. I hate that it happened to him. But nobody deserved their life to be taken. But that was someone experienced that's not. Exactly, Thunder Drop. That's right. Can we just get along? Exactly, Jason. Y'all, no more. I'm gonna start blocking y'all. You start keep putting in those candidate stuff. We're not doing that anymore. See, I let y'all argue and do that little fighting stuff. I'm gonna start blocking if y'all keep up with this fighting one another. Okay. I'm gonna give what after I put my let me put my comment in here. No comment about politics. All right, now I'm putting it now. Once I hit this send, that means no more fighting about no politics, nobody attacking each other, nobody put out Trump 2024, nobody put out Biden 2024, nobody put none of that stuff in here, or you're gonna get blocked. Seriously. You want to get blocked? Just put it in here now. Ready, set, go. None of that stuff no more. Nobody. I don't care who it is. Y'all gonna start getting blocked. Y'all heard me. I put my comment in there. No comments about politics. We're not doing that. Because y'all don't know how to get along, have a good argument without fighting and hurting people's feelings, attacking people personally. Stop it. Stop it. No personal attack. Reaper, Reaper, don't put that in there no more. Nobody, Mikey, don't put that in there. Miss Sylvia, you said that slow, like Woody did to Hilton. Exactly. I said it slow so they could understand. Thank you. You're welcome, Stacy, because they keep fighting one another over stuff that don't even matter. No, thank you, Lady Coach. See, because they want to start attacking each other and fighting and everything's personal. I stopped when you said stop. I respect your YSL seal hand. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm about to end this. Rest in peace, Richard Simmons and Dr. Ruth. Dr. Ruth died yesterday and Richard died this morning. I was wondering what happened to him. I thought he was gone already. Because I haven't heard from him in a long time. I didn't even know he was 76. Pretty brown eyes. Don't even talk about fighting either. Don't even talk about it. It's over with. Let's not have no more discussion about none of that stuff. Please, no fighting in the chat. Keep your politics views to yourself. This is a place of peace. If you can't be of other people's perspective. Yeah, because y'all gonna keep that back and forth and fighting and we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Y'all don't even know how to have a good debate with one another. What is yes, Richard Simmons bring back MTV. Yeah, remember when he used to do the little exercise? This is 6 when we have to deal with this as a society since 70s and against. Now you cussing in here, home candy? No cussing in this chat. Bye. No cussing in this chat. Level of maturity. Come on now. Miss Sylvia Infamous. How you doing, first of all? I'm doing fine. What's going on with Young Thug trial? It is on a pause. Hey, Chi-Town 2 R2 nurse. it is on a pause, and I have some stuff I wanted to bring to you guys today. And I was gonna end this live. I'm sorry for cussing Infamous Sylvia. Thank you, Mikey, for apologizing. I accept your apology. But yeah, I'm gonna come back with some stuff that I have that I've been working on. And it's gonna be towards the bond situation. You know, the bond situation with Jeffrey. So I'm gonna talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the comparison with the different cases that's been going on, like Baldwin's case, and when they didn't produce stuff, the discovery thing. You know what? Okay, y'all. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay. I'll see you guys in a few. Cam, hey. All right, see, I'll be back because I have some stuff to bring to you guys. All right, see you later. Give me a few minutes to get it together, okay? Give me a few minutes to get it together, and then I'll be back. No, you're not blocked. I see you, Kimmy. All right, I'll be back. Let me get this thing.